So we move on. Part 1. Part 1 is very usual and common in the speaking in the TOEFL or in the IELTS speaking test. It's the same, which is introduction and personal questions. So this part will last from 4 to 5 minutes. Example, here, this is a part 1 speaking test. Simple questions will include, let's talk about your home or town or village. What kind of place is it? What's the most interesting part of your hometown? What kind of jobs do people? All these questions, I don't like to go into specific details here. I'm gonna concentrate on part 1, the speaking test. The simple questions will include, let's talk about your family. Describe your family. Is it a small, large, extended? Do you have a large or a small family? How much time do you spend with your family? What do you like to do together as a family? What are the activities that you can do with your family? Do you get along well with your family? It means, do you agree or disagree on most issues? Do you share roles in your family? Cooking, washing, taking care of kids. Let's talk other families in your country. Are people in your country generally close to their families? Example, in the Arab world, people are very close together. That's not like the Occidental countries. What are the typical traditions a family in your country has? These two questions can be also asked. They want to know about the range of your home or town or village. What kind of place is it? What's the most interesting part of your hometown? What kind of jobs do people? All these questions, I don't like to go into specific details here. I'm gonna concentrate on part 1, the speaking test. The simple questions will include, let's talk about your family. Describe your family. Is it a small, large, extended? Do you have a large or a small family? How much time do you spend with your family? What do you like to do together as a family? What are the activities that you can do with your family? Do you get along well with your family? It means, do you agree or disagree on most issues? Do you share roles in your family? Cooking, washing, taking care of kids. Let's talk other families in your country. Are people in your country generally close to their families? Example, in the Arab world, people are very close together. That's not like the Occidental countries. What are the typical traditions a family in your country has? These two questions can be also asked. Interview part 2, the long term. You will receive a topic card with a specific task. The IELTS examiner or the TOEFL examiner will give you a card. So you have 1 minute to prepare, and from 1 minute to 2 minutes to speak about the topic. So he will give you just 1 minute. The examiner will introduce the topic, and you will need to elaborate on it. Then, interview part 2. Is my voice cutting? I'm sorry. So part 2, which I told you about, you're gonna be given 1 minute and 2 minutes to from 1 to 2 minutes to talk. Part 2 it tests your ability to talk about a topic, develops your idea about a topic, and relevant vocabulary and grammar. You should, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. So you're gonna, they want to know about the range of vocabulary that you have, and relevant vocabulary and grammar. It means here, when we're gonna speak about of vocabulary that you have, and relevant vocabulary and grammar. It means here, when we're gonna speak about, for example, family problems or gap, when we're gonna speak about the generation gap or disagreement between you and your mom, your dad. So here the examiner will give you a task card or cue card or a candidate task card. Here the name is just changing, so it is a candidate task card or task card, the same thing. So the examiner will ask you to talk about a certain topic. You will be given from 1 to 2 minutes. Now, an example. Describe a place you have visited that you have fond memory of. Describe a place. I'm going to give you here, or when I finish the lecture, I'm going to give you these exercises to apply. You should say where this was. Well, I'm fond of Al-Batra, for example. It is in the south of Jordan. Why you went there? I went there to spend my winter vacation. What did you do there? Actually, I did so many activities, or I practiced horse riding, ice skiing. I don't know the activities that people do in Al-Batra or any country, any city in the Arabic town, or in the Arabic world, or any other place. And what it was about the place that makes it so memorable? Why was it memorable? Well, actually, in that day, I received a good news. It was so marvelous that I knew that, for example, in Algeria, we can make activities like snowboarding or any activity here. Sure, we don't have snowboarding, but horse riding or camel riding. I don't know whether you know about this camel riding. It means you ride the camel, which is a memorable activity that tourists always remember when they come to Arabic world, right? Are you with me? Are you still with me? Yes. Types of questions in part 2 and 3. Expressing preference. Here, expressing preference. You have this type of questions. He will ask you about your what do you prefer. Narrating. You're going to tell something about. It means you're gonna use the past simple. Comparing, contrasting. Maybe he gonna ask you to compare. For example, to compare between two different cultures, etc. Suggesting, you're gonna suggest something. Sorry, expressing opinions. So you're gonna use. You're not going to say I think, because I think here it's for a beginner and for intermediate. But for you as an IELTS candidate, you should say I reckon. As far as I'm concerned, in my viewpoint, etc. الفوكابلري تبعك، الفوكابلري لازم تستعمل فوكابلري تكون تكون as you are asked or as you as a candidate كمترشح، يعني يكون مستواك جيد. I'm gonna write them. Yes, I think I have them in this sheet. Expressing opinion, justifying opinion, speculating here about the future, analyzing, summarizing, conversation repair. So here you've got preference. I prefer A to B because I prefer, for example, Albatra to Amman because I prefer Annaba to Wahran because I prefer, let's say, let's remember Syria. I prefer Hummus to Halab because if I have a choice, I will. If I have a choice, I will visit Cairo. In the past, you maybe use it about if I had a choice, I would have visited Alexandria, for example. Not a real possibility, just a wishing. I would much rather do or have. These are some questions. Now the discussion. This is part 3. This is part 3 of the IELTS speaking test. The discussion will be related to the topic introduced in part 2. Now here, you will engage in a longer discussion with the examiner. It is longer. Expect questions that require deeper analysis and critical thinking. You need to go into depth and provide reasons and example. Nobody will agree with you or will have a positive impression about what are you saying unless you give them good reasons, good arguments and examples. For example, when I went to let's say to Russia, it was very cold. That's why I am always one of the person who choose to stay in my Arabic country, which is warmer. Here you're giving them examples. I felt ill, which needed a 7 days off or 7 day of rest, etc. Try to avoid meaningless fillers, like saying, so here, actually, if you note that sometimes I'm saying, but now, if you want to train yourself on, don't put on, not pausing. الباز لما تحكي يكون لديك باز في كلامك. هذا الباز. طيب كيف أتخلى عن هذا الباز أو عن التوقف؟ كيف أتخلى أو كيف أتخلص منه؟ أن أسكت. actually مثلا تكون مع الإكزامينر ولا تجد الفكرة، تتوقف بطريقة أنك لا تظهر أنك نسيت الفوكابلري أو متردد في استعمال الرايت تنس، هل ستستعمل present simple أو simple past. So you're going to pause. So سأعطيك المثال. Let's say طيب اكتبوا لي topic نريد أن نستعمله، أي topic نريد أن نحكي عنه أو يسألك وبعدين تجد صعوبة في example. أعطوني example topic. مثلا are you familiar economy? Yes, economy, cyber security. Yes, for example, he gonna, and you don't know, you don't know much information about cyber security. So you're gonna say you're going to try to recall the information vocabulary تعرف القليل, and you're speaking, well, cybersecurity is very important today. You're gonna say these words. لا